Well, hello there, gun geeks. How are you all doing today? I hope you had a lovely Thanksgiving for those of you who are in the United States. And for those of you who are not in the United States, I hope you had a lovely weekend. How is the feed coming in for everybody? Oh, and welcome to the 28th episode of Fate of Destiny Live.
We're in the United States.
Which is pretty rad. I'm pretty stoked about that. For those of you, I noticed there were a couple of people who are new, and this is how I generally try to run these live streams, is to keep it flowing well. I will try to read the username and then read the comment and respond to it. But because, well, I can't always know, or I don't always know exactly how I'm supposed to have pronounced your username, there are likely going to be some butcherings of names. So I'm just going to apologize in advance. I don't mean to do it on purpose. Some people give me phonetics to try to school me on the right way to say their names. So if you want to try that, well, you're welcome to. Otherwise, thanks for being patient with me. Okie doke. Oh, another question I like to ask is, from where is everyone tuning in? I am, of course, in Wisconsin, where it is wet and cold and gross. It snowed last night, but today it just rains. So, I mean, I guess I'm thankful that it's not, accumulating on the ground, but it's still kind of gross out. It's that kind of like cold that sticks to you, and it's super foggy. So I'm not thrilled to be outdoors when I've had to be outside earlier in the day, but, it's for December. Wow. That's right, it's December already. Where's the year gone? For December in Wisconsin, not too bad. I really can't complain. Handgun Newbie says, Wisconsin, where it is wet and cold, which is awesome. I'm gonna have to go ahead and disagree with you on that one. Agree to disagree. I know, I'm a pansy for the cold. William Prophet, lovely Central Virginia. Scott, the burbs of Chicago. I was in Oshkosh for Turkey Day. I know where that is. Which is surprising because I have, no sense of direction. You know that, innate map or, auto GPS that most people have? I don't have that. I mean, there's the whole joke of women and, driving and lacking directions and all that jazz, but I'm particularly bad at it. I'm the worst in our family. The fact it's so bad that everyone teases me. My parents, my siblings, yeah, even my family members who don't drive have a better idea of the lay of the land, so to speak. Even though I've been living in my area for a long enough time that I should know by now how to get here, there, and everywhere, but I don't. I could basically get home and then to 2 or 3 other places. It's pretty pathetic. Okay, let me read some more of these. Mirko M says, hey Des, tuning in from Seattle. After 2 missed weeks. Well, hey, you made it this time. Del Reed, whoa, I was busy and I'm late. Hi Des and everyone from Miami Beach. Ooh, jealous. The weather must be lovely compared to here. Aussie Wombat, hi from Canberra, 90 degrees. No snow today. Oh, rub it in. Keith Peterson, from Chicago, same basic weather, worse gun laws. Ooh, ain't that the truth. Ken Taylor Jr., Englewood, Florida. It's in the 80s. Scott Hams, Minot, North Dakota, 7 degrees Fahrenheit, dropping to 0 for a low. Brrr. Well, I'm certainly not envious of that weather. Shoot Fast Fun, I'm just in boring old Georgia. Oh, but Georgia's beautiful. Little pieces I've seen of it anyway. Timothy John Larson, the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Matthew Pelter, Mississippi Gulf Coast. Jesse Vanderhayden, the frozen tundra. It snowed again up here. Okay, so for anybody... for anybody I missed... Thank you for tuning in from wherever it is you are tuning in. And I'd like to say a special hello to any of the new folks. If you are new, let me know what your username is and mention it in the comments, and I'll ask everybody to say hello to you. I know right off the bat that Matthew Pelter is new, so everybody say hello to Matthew, because this is his first live stream. And let's see, there was one more new user. Where are you? Shot of Clay? I think that's how to pronounce that. Shot of Clay is also new to Livestream. So welcome to both of you. I hope you guys have fun with these. We do. Or at least you're really good at convincing me that these are fun. And I guess I appreciate that. Your $5 will be in the mail. Oh man. These are super delicious, by the way. Right now I have, it's not Mio, it is Crystal Light, the liquid ones. Palmtini. It's a terribly, like, frou-frou name, but I don't care because it's absolutely delicious. Oh, a couple of people are saying that they like the flower in my hair. Thank you! I've had this for, like, ages. I used to get teased a lot, namely in high school, but also in some of my college classes, that I always had something different, like, in my hair or on my head. I like hats and flowers and headbands and bandanas and stuff. I don't know. I guess that's something girly about me. It's just, I don't know, fun. I especially like silly headbands. Like, I have a headband with a big, huge, massive bow. Or when I was in high school, I once had a headband with little cat ears, and that was silly to wear now and then. I don't do so much of the silly stuff these days, but sometimes I do. Okay, let me just check to see. Sometimes I ask questions and I get like 12 responses, and then I have to go through and make sure I read them all. Thor to Shane. Hi, my name is Thor, and I'm a gun nut. I'm a gun geek. Just teasing. I don't actually have a problem with the phrase gun nut, but I don't prefer to use it to describe myself, just because I like to encourage people to not associate being crazy with being a firearms enthusiast, because I may be, like, silly and goofy and off the wall, but I'm quite sane and one of the most, like, docile people you'll ever meet. 2 seconds? Sorry? Tell Reed, there's nothing wrong with being girly and loving guns. That's my kind of girl. That's one of the things I enjoy about my YouTube channel, is that I like to show other females that, shooting sports aren't just for dudes, and you don't have to be, super masculine or not embrace your femininity and still have an interest in firearms. I mean, I'm just me. Which you can definitely tell in these live streams, because these are totally, like, I don't have any plans for these. I don't have any notes, which I don't have scripts even for my regular videos, but I usually have some kind of idea of what I want to talk about, like maybe some points I want to bring up, or if I'm doing a review video, I'll have a number of the features of maybe the gun or the taser or the knife or whatever that I want to cover, but this is just completely spur of the moment, live flowing conversation. So I guess that's kind of a disclaimer / apology for my awkwardness and everything. Yeah. Oh, see, Wombat. Headbands. Now we know what to get you for Christmas. I don't need things for Christmas. What's most important to me beyond, like, absolutely anything ever in the world or that's beyond is my family. They are my absolute number one. And I'm excited because it looks like I'm going to get to spend a good little bit of time with them this holiday season. Do you guys have any plans for the holidays? I know it's not really gun related, but I don't know, you're my friends, so I'm just curious. Oh, Steve Wallace says, I missed 2 weeks, so Des, my bad, but the good news is I've started my own shooting channel. You've inspired me. Aw, thank you. I'm happy that you are embarking on your own YouTube journey. I hope you find it as rewarding as I find mine is. Charger8924, I like the snapshots that you're doing now. Yay! That is my Fate of Destiny 2.0. That was the unveiling, so to speak, that I was alluding to in previous live streams. So, you like them? I know I've had some people who have who've commented that they're really short, but that's, kind of what I was going for. Because if they weren't really short, it'd be a little harder to publish one a day. And well, it wouldn't be a snapshot if I gave the full review, but I don't know, I'm having fun with them. Yankee Marshall says, I do! I need things for Xmas! Send me the headbands! You do have at least a good start. I mean, that headband with the bow I was looking pretty stunning, I thought. Midwest Neo. Holiday plans? Lots and lots of shooting drills. That sounds like my kind of Christmas, man. That's fun. Del Reed, your live streams are like my books then. I have only a vague idea and it just flows by itself. Isn't the creative process lovely? It can be stressful though, because you don't always know where things are going. Oh, that, and I always worry with my own creative projects that, like, it's difficult to inspire yourself. You know, you have to. It's not necessarily, for me anyway, about, like, finding my muse, but it's about making my muse. Because if I wrote just, you know, whenever I felt like it, gosh, I'd get nothing done. But on the other hand, it is so difficult to create, you know, spontaneously create interesting content, especially if you're doing creative or fiction writing, without having some sort of source of inspiration. So I really admire the folks who do that. Writing creatively has always been a struggle for me because of that. And I always worry that it's not going to be good enough. Okay, I'm waning really personal / emotional here, or sensitive here, so let me read some more comments. Yankee Marshall, my holiday plans involve shopping until I spiral into depression and financial ruin. Yeah, America! Kevin Murillo, the snapshot is nice. They're pretty cool, short and sweet. Oh, for those of you who have asked questions about the snapshot, I am still gonna be publishing a regular, like, larger, full feature video on Thursdays, so no worries. But we'll still have, like, real thorough content, I guess, for lack of a better descriptor. But the snapshots are for, you know, in-betweens, and because I've had a number of you guys on my Gun Geek friends on Livestream who've told me, hey, you know, if you wanted to publish something every day, we'd watch. So I have you guys to thank for my new format. Yankee Marshall, my son wants an Xbox One, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to beat a soccer mom to death at Target to get one. Yeah, or 4. They're pretty coveted from what I've seen. I wasn't, I've not been planning, like, I didn't pre-order, and I didn't do any of the, like, doorbusters at Target or Walmart or GameStop or wherever to try and get one. I eventually want to pick up an Xbox One, but, I'm not willing to fight so hard for it. I'm sure your kids will appreciate it, though. Hector Rodriguez, whoa, dude, that's deep. Shoot Fast Fun. We drove 70 miles one way the day before Turkey Day to go gun shopping. Yeah! That's my kind of shopping as well. I haven't gotten to go gun shopping in a little while, but that's okay. I'll get around to it. My wallet appreciates the gap between my purchases. I'm sure you guys understand that. Jova Beats asks, will your Thursday vids have your regular intro? I miss it. I have a new intro. And so, well, for the Fate of Destiny 2.0, the Thursday vids will have that new intro. I've already published a video that has the intro, where it's like, oh, you know what? Just go see them. See Thursday's video. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's cool. At least I think it's cool, but that's why I changed to doing it that way. Mark Rorig. Any chance Dead-Eye Destiny might be appearing in these videos? You know, down the line, possibly. I don't have anything planned at the moment for single action stuff, but it's definitely, like, on the list. Tim, New Zealand, says, snapshots are awesome. Loving them all. Yay! Midwest Neo. Wait, hold up. ... Des is an Xbox girl? Me gusta.jpg. Aw, yeah. Gosh, since my household was a first adopter when the original Xbox was released, and oh my gosh, we were so excited. I mean, I had the PlayStation 1 and I had the PlayStation 2, but then I got the Xbox and I was so thrilled. Went and got the 360, and eventually I'll be getting the Xbox One. And I haven't even made it to picking up a PS3, and here's the PS4 already released, so I'll probably just stick with the Xbox. I'm pretty pleased with it. I like to tease my friends who prefer the PlayStation that, you know, Xbox is better, but I think they're really quite comparable, at least for my uses. I'm not like a super hardcore, you know, 16 hours a day video, 16 hours a day video gamer. I mean, I love video games, and especially like RPGs. I get really, it's really easy for me to get lost in, but yeah, I don't spend as much time as some people on it. So whatever differences that may possibly make a PlayStation preferable or an Xbox preferable, it's not really pertinent. The Xbox works for me. Anyway, comments. Let's see some more. Dmitry Volkov says, "Good evening, all. I hope you'll forgive my late arrival." Of course. Part of why I host these conversations for an hour and a half is to try to make it easier to accommodate for these like crazy schedules that everybody has. Even I have like a super crazy schedule. So I don't expect anyone to be able to make every conversation or even all of the conversations. That's also why I go ahead and post these up on YouTube after the fact. I usually get them up on, like, I'll get last week's. I don't think I have last week's video live yet, but that should be going live later tonight. Cross your fingers for me. Handgun newbie. Hashtag it's lonely on the PlayStation Network. Hector Rodriguez. I'm more of a Sega Saturn guy. I'm way behind. But for the moment, I have an Xbox 360. Psh, you hipster. I had a Sega Genesis. I played the heck out of the Sega. Mostly Sonic. Yeah, mostly Sonic. I have I have a Nintendo GameCube, but gosh, I like virtually never play it. Shot of Clay. I think Dad of Destiny should get a mic, so he doesn't have to come on camera, but we like to hear him when he speaks in the background. I will. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. What he has said before to me is that he, doesn't want to make these conversations. He wants to support me, and he doesn't want to make the conversations he doesn't want to make himself a focus of them. And so, he's going to do what he wants to do. I'm not going to pressure him one way or another. I just appreciate the help that he gives me. I really do. He supports me a lot from the arms guide and my writing endeavors to learning how to shoot, everything. He's very involved in his kids' pursuits. I appreciate having that backup, Matthew Pelter, it's all about the 3DS and the Pokemon. I don't have a 3DS. I'm rocking the Game Boy Color. Yeah. Actually, it's it's just in the other room with Pokemon Yellow at the moment. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Handgun Newbie says, N64 is still the best. GoldenEye and Perfect Dark for the win. I said that I had a GameCube. I misspoke. It's actually an N64. It's also green, if that makes me more special. But I still, virtually never play it. Dmitry Volkov has gun-related questions. Let's get back onto that. He says, so, what is Des carrying this evening, if I may ask? You may certainly ask. I'm carrying my Kimbersys Pro 1911. Because I've been shooting it a lot lately, and what's funny is between summer and winter carry, I don't really change a lot. I generally keep the same few options, and when I switch, I first spend a whole lot of range time with whatever firearm I'm looking to switch to before I start carrying it. But with summer and winter, I still carry full-size firearms. I don't know. I'm special like that. Do you guys go through a transition? Do you have a certain summer carry gun and then a winter carry gun? I mean, if you're living in Wisconsin, that's kind of, remarkable. Shoot Fast Fun says, dads love their kids and daughters are something special. Shoot Fast Fun, dad. I happen to think my dad's pretty special, but then again, I may be a tiny bit biased. Thor Deshane, I've just been playing Borderlands 2 on my PC obsessively for the past few months. You know, I started out as a PC gamer and moved to consoles. I don't know, it's just fun. Still play the Civilization games on PC though. I mean, those are freaking brilliant. Love those. So much fun. Okay, this Jim says, "Hey Des, LTNS?" Sorry, I'm not reading your acronym. I'm sorry. But hello, Jim. Welcome. Ooh, Marcus DeBruno asks, for a handgun chambered in .40 Smith & Wesson, any recommendations? I don't carry any .40, or actually, I don't even own a .40. I don't prefer it. I don't think it's bad, but it's just not something I've invested in, which I've invested. So, do you guys have any option or any preferences that you like? Matthew James Stoddart, what's the difference between winter and summer carry gun? I know a number of people who, like, in the winter, because they're wearing hoodies and jackets and stuff, they'll carry something heftier or maybe larger because it's not a challenge to conceal it. And then they'll opt for something lighter, smaller profile, or smaller overall footprint for summer because then they're wearing like shorts and t-shirts and stuff. I'm not generally one of those. Once in a while, if I'm wearing like a skirt, then I will opt for, I will often opt for a smaller gun because it's just easier to try to conceal carry something smaller wearing a skirt. Oh, there was a question. Here we go. Tim, New Zealand says, "Hey Des, whereabouts did you get that necklace? I want one. It looks so cool." This is actually that's a question I get asked very frequently. This is a custom little jewelry piece. The chain was mine, gosh, I think an old boyfriend, like, I don't even know, 10 years ago or something crazy like that, gave me a necklace, and I ended up, and I had a YouTuber who made this little pendant for me. It's solid titanium, and it's supposed to be in the shape of a .45 ACP round, because that's one of my favorite rounds to shoot. So I took the original charm off of the necklace from the old boyfriend and then put this on it instead. Because this did have a chain with it, but it broke. And also it was a chain that like turned my neck green. So I guess it must have had copper in it because it was oxidizing on my skin. And it's not super attractive to be like all green, nasty, weird on my throat. It's weird. Mark Roerig says, "I change between my .45 Uberti and my high point 9mm. I alternate a lot." Jesse Vanderhayden says, "I have to find a new carry gun. My XDS trigger sucks after the recall work." I did notice my XDS definitely had a stiffer trigger pull when I got it. A stiffer and a little bit heavier when I got it back, but I haven't had problems with it. I mean, it's not exactly like my favorite range toy, but it's something that still works for me. Friedrich Bonneman says he carries an SDI 1911 and .40 cal. Oh, that's cool. I bet you that'd be a lot of fun. I'd love to try shooting that. Steve Wallace says, "Have you tried shooting polymer cases, Des? What do you think of them in polymer pistol cases? They seem to have disappeared lately." Do you mean like the polymer cased ammunition or like a polymer framed firearm? Because I have heard of polymer cased ammunition, but I've never actually seen it in person. Unless you count like shotgun shells, in which case I've shot a whole ton of those, and I don't have a problem with them unless I'm shooting semi-auto. Occasionally it'll choke up, but pump action shotguns, I don't generally have a problem with that at all. Mike Stefan, or Stefan, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. "I'm in New Jersey. I can't even carry a pellet gun." Midwest Neo recommends, "If you're looking for a .40 Smith & Wesson handgun, get something that fits your hands comfortably." Shada Clay says, "I've applied for my pistol permit since April 2012, and I'm still waiting for them to call. And this one is a permit to the range and back. Help me!" Wow, from where are you that it's taken that long to process. Gosh. That's like a year and a half? Jeez. Anthony Thompson says, this is Florida. It's an XDS all day, every day, 365 days a year. Donald Roughton says, Destiny, I carry an LCP in the summer, pocket carry. In the winter, a PM9, a car PM9, or a 642 in a holstered t-shirt. Oh, okay. Tim, New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand, the cops would rather you get stabbed than defend yourself. That's kind of what it seems to me. But I don't live there, so. Scott Messino, there should be a disclaimer about the necklace on the bottom of the screen every live stream. Yeah, that's a question I get asked a lot. I also get asked a lot of questions about my little ammo bracelet, which, actually, I'm not wearing it today, but I do have it close by. When I have long sleeves, I don't always have it on. I a lot of times get asked, is it live ammunition? What caliber is it? And where can one find one of these? And, no, it's not live. One of my friends sent it to me, but he says he found it at JMac Customs. So I guess they sell them. And they appear to be a 223 or 556 casing. They're not marked, but when I take out one of the links and compare it to live ammunition that I own, it seems to match in size. So I can't quite tell if it's specifically 223 or 556, but, you know, they're close enough for me. It's one of the two, anyway. Jofa Beats, Zombie Destiny didn't mind green skin. Yeah, well, you know, the undead have a little bit different concept of, I guess, fashion. A little bit different standards of beautiful. I guess the eyes, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? George Kelly, do you cast bullets or reload? Not yet. Eventually, I plan to get to that, but honestly, it's probably not a project that I will upon which I will embark for a number of months, just because, well, I have limited funds and I have to allocate them to certain projects, or else I'll never be able to accomplish, you know, what my goals are. Unfortunately, that means I got to do a little bit of picking and choosing and prioritizing, but, you know, such is adult life, right? Spaceman Brown, with green skin, you could be the Wicked Witch of the Dest. Only you aren't wicked. That's silly. Marcus DeBruno says, loose clothing, I carry an XDM Compact 45 ACP, but with tighter clothes, I carry an LC 380. Oh, I like those. We picked one of those up. Oh, I used to have it. I had it nearby me just like earlier in the week, but I moved it. Scott Messino, no, but a girl can dream, can't she? Oh yes, my, like, do want firearms list is just about a mile long and growing all the time. Dan Harrer, not gonna make it tonight, but I wanted to stop by and say hi, Des and Dad of Des. Well, thank you, Dan. Have a lovely evening. At least I think you're in the States. I don't remember, I'm sorry. Because there are like 88 of you and, well, one of me. I'm generally pretty good with my memory. I guess that's one of the perks of having worked, you know, in fast food for a while. Well, it wasn't technically fast food. I was making sandwiches, but still. Let's see. Dmitry Volkov, Charger. I've never been attacked by a soul. Usually just the body. But see what you did there. Lena Kasane. I'm back! Had to put out some fires, metaphorically speaking. Well, I hope no one was burned. There you go. There's some cheesy humor for you so you can groan a little bit. Thor DeShane. The bracelet would be cooler if they were live. Carry spare ammo that way. Yeah, that might be pretty cool, except I don't have anything belt-fed. So I'd have to remove each round individually, which is, you know, it's not a problem, but be a little bit time consuming, but I guess if I were in that last ditch scenario where I really needed an extra, you know, whatever, 20 odd rounds, I'd be appreciative of that. Kevin Murillo. My laptop died, so I dolphin dove to my cell phone to pull up the show. There, but then my laptop is finally acting right. Well, I'm glad you were able to maintain your feed. Oh, I usually mention this earlier in the live stream, but if you guys are having any problems with the quality of the broadcast, it sometimes helps to hit F5, you know, refresh, or try a different browser. I usually use Chrome. I occasionally use Safari or Firefox. Those three seem to work the best for me. I never use Internet Explorer, ever. I don't even use Firefox terribly frequently. Well, you know what? Actually, I think I use Firefox more frequently than I use Safari, so take that with that what you will. Yankee Marshall says, gotta go, heading to the mall to shop, and then going to reward myself for losing 35 pounds by eating some corn dogs at Hot Dog on a Stick. Yeah! Well, congratulations on the weight loss, man. That's freaking hard to do. That's part of why I started an interest in fitness. I guess, like, that's why many people are drawn to starting exercising, is to try and get in better shape. I don't really worry about, like, my weight. 'Cause to me, that's just kind of a number on a scale. It doesn't signify anything. Especially with, like, a lot of exercise, I end up gaining weight because I build so much in muscle. And then, you know, if I look at the number on the scale, it could be very disappointing if that were something I had hang-ups about. But I do look at, like, how I fit in my clothes, like, how snug that pair of jeans fits, and maybe how puffy my cheeks look. But it's not something I'm really, like, I don't freak out over it. I just like to stay healthy, and one of the absolute biggest things I like about exercising is the endorphins that you get. Generally, for me, it kicks in about 2 miles into a run where you just get that runner's high, and I feel like I could go forever. And by the time I'm finished with a workout, whether it's, you know, resistance or cardio or what have you, I always feel just, like, better about life and everything. So it's kind of a zen thing. Stephen Hildreth Jr. says, damn it, we're running out of time! Sorry, watching 24 while on livestream, lol. Hi, boss. Hey, Steven, good to hear from you. How's that new apartment working out for ya? You know, 24 is another one of those television shows that I have never seen, that I'm sure a lot of people are surprised when they learn about that. And no, before you ask, I have not started The Walking Dead yet. Maybe during the holiday or something. I like to pretend that one day I'll have, like, free time or more free time to do just, like, fun stuffs. But the biggest reason why I haven't started Walking Dead is because so many people have told me it is, like, flat out addictive. And I am one of those people who, if I really like a show, I'll, like, pull an all-nighter and watch, like, 3 seasons of it at once or whatever. Like, when I watched Firefly, I basically watched all of it in, like, 2 days and got nothing done. But it was awesome, and I liked it. Oh, I notice Alessio is here. Hello, Alessio. Welcome to the live stream. Glad you're able to make it for the chat. And I was trying to put on my bracelet, and that's what happened. That's what happens when I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Now I'm all tangled. Help! I need an adult! Okay, I'm alright now. Sorry. I always wear hairbands on my wrists because, you know, having longer hair. Even though I cut it, it's still long enough that it gets in my face. And I can't stand when I'm working on something to have hair in my face. It drives me absolutely buggy. It's just like a little pet peeve. It's funny, when I worked at a retail store a few years back, and I didn't realize how often I had my hair in a ponytail for work. Because, you know, I'd be folding clothes or whatever and have this in my face, and it's annoying, and I can't see what I'm doing, and whatever. I came into work on an off day to do some shopping, and I had a bunch of people, like 8 people at once. Oh my god, your hair! Oh my god, it's long! Wow! You know, like, it was such a big deal. It's funny. Matthew James Stoddard. I usually swear at my computer until it works, lol. Yeah, that's about how I operate. If I yell at something enough, it should just automatically understand what I want from it and do what it needs to do, right? I mean, that's how that works. All right, let me look through some more comments here. Donald Roughton, I think that's how to pronounce it, used to have a leather watch band with live ammo and 38 special. Did you get the first message with the good news, or did you need me to repeat it? No, I missed it, so please repeat that so we can pop back up to the top of my comment feed here. Stephen Hildreth Jr. says, apartment? You mean command center? Assumes manly man pose. I may not have a manly man pose, but I do have superhero poses because in my head I'm a superhero. It's fine. Guess I'm guilty of watching too many like movies based on comic books. John O'Reilly says, hello everyone. Well, hello John, welcome. Friedrich Bonneman says, Des, thank you for all your work hosting here. Aw, well thank you. I really do enjoy having these chats. I mean, it's always for the first like 20 odd minutes where I'm all like hella awkward because I get nervous. I can't help it. I mean, I've learned how to deal with the social anxiety a whole ton. Like, it's gotten way, way easier. And I really have a couple of things to thank, but one of those things is doing the YouTube videos and having this interaction with so many people. It's forced me to kind of figure out how to deal with that anxiety when it arises. And it's been so rewarding. It's been well worth that effort, you know, for me. Okay, where is that new message? Holy freak sauce, Batman! Like 8 million comments updated while I was talking. Sometimes it's a little tricky staying on top of all of these. So if you post a comment and I miss it, I promise I'm not ignoring you. I am trying to stay on target with all of these. Hector Rodriguez started reloading a 30-30 reloading 30-30 and 9mm. Had some jams because of underpowered ammo not cycling the action on the 9mm. With the 30-30, there were some double strikes on the primers because of the primer position, I think. The word got cut off. Yeah, I am very thankful that I have my friend Aussie Wombat because he is teaching me some things about reloading in advance. So by the time I go and get the gear that I need, I will have at least some vague idea of where to start. I'm looking forward to it, though. The more I learn about it, the more like interesting it gets. Jade, I'm here too! Waves frantically. Wow, that was so frantic, I knocked myself in the head. Welcome, Jade. Oh, man. I'm still getting caught up through these comments here. I promise I'm not ignoring you. Okay. Let's see, yeah. Ah, here we go. Hector Rodriguez says, primer pocket. There we are. Charger8924, you have anxiety? Well, that's news to me. You look so natural. Oh, gosh, man. No way. I have had social anxiety for as long as I can remember, since I was like a little kid. It has been something that has made different parts of my life difficult, like making new friends does not come easily to me. What's ironic is that I really like people, but I'm like scared to get to know them. Scott Messino says, you're not supposed to shoot reloads on your DD, young lady. Violates your warranty. That's okay, I'll shoot reloads through like everything else. I figure I'll start with handgun calibers first, because that's what I shoot most of, and maybe move on to rifle. We'll see. I mean, right now it's kind of a theoretical, because I don't even have, like, the presses, but, you know, gotta start somewhere, right? Jade, don't knock yourself out, Des. With these T-Rex arms? No way, not a worry. Eric Kamichik, hey Destiny, hi Destiny, are you seeing what I'm posting? Yes, I do see it. Okay, reading some more over here. Okay, I'll go to read a comment, and then because the feed updates, the comment all of a sudden jumps, and then I lose it halfway through reading it. Stephen Hildreth Jr., am I the only one who gets irritated when a TV show or film has a character attach a suppressor to a weapon that doesn't have a threaded barrel? Yes! Oh man, some of my friends hate watching movies with me because it's like a hobby or a pastime to point out all of these firearm fallacies. You know, like the famous Die Hard, that's the movie, where they say the Glock 7 and it's a porcelain gun, and I just like burst out laughing the first time I saw that. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Glock 7 as in like 7? What? Porcelain? What? So stuff like that kind of cracks me up. Or like limitless ammunition, or citizens randomly having access to like fully automatic firearms, as though that's something that's really easy to get a hold of. I mean, yeah, it's legal, which in a lot of movies it's not portrayed as legal; it's portrayed as like illegal. But it's legal to get fully automatic firearms, but there's just a lot of work and hoops to jump through in order to get to them. You know, price is kind of a factor. Oh, and also I have this big goal to, whenever I'm watching a movie, to try and identify all the guns in the movie. My whole family plays that game, which is another thing that if I'm not watching movies with my family, I have to try and keep my mouth shut, because I know it annoys the crud out of my friends. They'll be like, Destiny, oh my god, can we not just, like, watch a movie? Can you maybe just stop talking? No one cares. But I don't know, it's fun. That's why I started the Guns in Movies article series on thearmsguide.com on Wednesdays, because it's an extension of being able to play that game with you guys, you know, with the readers of the Arms Guide. Matthew Pelter says, well, this has been tons of fun, but I gotta go. Bye! Spaceman Brown, Glock 7 was the worst part of an otherwise great movie. Yeah, I really did enjoy the movie, but that part was just, it was silliness. Oh, one of my favorite, like, movie guns, well, it's a gun in real life, too, but it was popularized through the movie, is RoboCop's, I think, the 93R. Love that gun. Oh my gosh, that's so much fun. Steve Wallace, suppressors that are quieter than a whisper is the worst. Oh, I know, right? I see that in video games all the time, too. You shoot something, any kind of firearm generally, and it has, you know, a particular sound, and then you have a suppressed version, or a silenced version, because, you know, they're silencers, right? And then it's pew, pew, pew. It's cute. That cracks me up. Stephen Hildreth Jr., Aaron, someday I will have an apartment with a hidden weapons locker. It will happen. Oh, have you seen? There are a bunch of really neat, like, firearms concealment lockers. There's just a lot of really cool options. I've seen some that are hidden behind mirrors and behind paintings and in shelves and in nightstands. I wrote a little article on it on the Arms Guide with just a couple of the options, but there's some neat things. Steve Wallace, Des, we all know you just cheat and go on the firearm movie database thingy. I do not cheat. Actually, well, part of the game is being able to identify the gun. And if I can't name the gun, usually my dad can name the gun. But if both of us can't figure it out and we lose, and then we have to go to IMFDB, which, by the way, love the site. The folks who run it are lovely, lovely individuals. And I've had the fortune of emailing back and forth with them a little bit. I do like that reference. I think it's a really cool premise, because, you know, it just kind of validates that I'm not the only person who plays this game. Eric Kmichek, 93R are awesome. I don't know, I like it. I think it's cool. It's bulky as heck, but I don't know. I think it looks neat, and I'd love to play around with that, especially shooting it in burst fire. I think that'd be fun, you know? Just for the experience, if nothing else. Dan Baldwin, hey Des, I'm freezing in Idaho. Enjoyed your last snapshot on the knockout game. Do more, Dan. Will do. I'm trying to post a snapshot video every day, except Thursdays. Thursdays they should be, or they will be regular, like full-featured videos. Stephen Hildreth Jr. Off the top of my head, the first film I've seen that had an accurate representation of a suppressed gunshot was The Bourne Identity at the end of the film. I'll have to go check that out because I can't recall that off the top of my head. Alright. Shot of Clay says, 93R is a sweet gun. Now I feel like maybe I have good taste or something. I just found in general, sometimes the firearm sound effects are a little bit silly. Some people, you can tell they go through some degree of pains to have somewhat accurate representations of what firearms sound like, but not all movie makers seem to take those pains. Like, I watched Red Dawn, the remake, the more recent one, the 2013 one, with Christopher Hemsworth and that lot. And I was pretty excited because at first I saw them pull out the saw, and I was like, oh, that's cool, because I really would love to shoot one of those. But then they started firing it, and it did not sound like 5.56 by 45. It sounded closer to 308, so I'm thinking, okay, so 240 Bravo? But then later in the movie, they call it out, and they say, yeah, it's a saw. And then I was just a teeny bit sad. Teeny bit. George Kelly, the Marvel character Punisher is based on the Mac Bolan novels. Mac Bolan was called the Executioner. Well, that's kind of nifty. Jofa Beats, the 93R is a Beretta? Yes, it is. It's similar to or based off of the 92 style firearms, except that it has a full auto and a burst fire. I'm pretty sure, yeah, a single fire, full auto, and burst fire option. And I think it's a 3-round burst off the top of my head. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's the stats on it. And I believe that the 93R in RoboCop is mocked up and has some funky stuff on top of it, but okay, let me get caught up on some. Todd Wygren, the current Geek magazine has an article about famous movie guns. Check it out. Oh, that's cool. Haha, Scott Messino has a fabulous little joke. What do guns and Catholics have in common? Pews, pews, pews! I see what you did there. Charger 8924. Q-Line is one company that makes gun storage furniture. Yeah, that is what yeah, that is one of the companies that I mentioned, or I think the company that I referenced most often in that particular article that I mentioned earlier. Man, 95 people watching now. I just wanted to take a minute to thank you guys for sitting around and chatting with me for an hour and a half. That is totally awesome, and I have like so much fun talking with you. It's nice that somebody wants to take the time and like just sit and shoot the stuff with me. It's cool. And I get the chance to talk guns and gear and movies and food and dogs and all sorts of things. Okay, Colleen Barnett is here. Hey, Colleen! Glad you could make it. I know sometimes your interwebs are not super friendly for our live streams. Alright, I'm still looking through comments here to make sure I'm addressing as many as I can. Devin Koger, it's late, but I made it. Well, welcome. Okay. Lina Kasane says, I personally think the best movie to make future guns out of old guns is Aliens. The pulse rifle is the Thompson SMG/Remington 870 combo. And the smart gun is an MG42 plus Steadicam arms and motorcycle throttle. Oh yeah! I loved that gun! That was wicked! And I love how they used the glide cam rigs. I thought that was just freaking so clever and innovative as far as movie props go. I am a huge cinephile, but I enjoy like all of the aspects of it. I like what goes into the the acting, especially when you get a really talented cast together. I love the special effects. I love the makeup. And I love the scripts, especially like a good dialogue. I really enjoy a screenplay that has a solid dialogue. That's one of the reasons why I enjoy Tarantino films so much, because I think one of his strong suits is his dialogue. Jade, thanks for hosting these live chats, Des. I imagine it's as fun for everyone here as it is for you. I hope so. I hope you guys have even, like, half as much fun as I do. John O'Reilly, Dest, I get home from work and I get to watch your show. What could be better after work? Hanging out with fellow conservatives and gun lovers. Everyone here rocks. One of the things I really appreciate about you guys, like, more than some people who watch my YouTube videos, is how respectful you guys are. Whether you're speaking to me or you're conversing with each other. That's really remarkable. I think that, or I don't know that necessarily it's, I appreciate it. How about we'll just say that. I know I'm good at stumbling over my words, but I do appreciate that you guys are respectful of each other, because it makes this whole interaction more enjoyable for everybody, you know? We've really not had a problem with trolls. We had like one troll, and we've had maybe like 2 conversations that even got close to being like rude or uncomfortable. Oh, Matthew James Stoddard points out, another silly thing I see in movies is when you see sword that chops through armor like it's paper. Oh, my favorite thing, though, are the sword sound effects. I mean, if you've ever wielded a sword, which I've done some of in my last few years of martial arts training, 'cause we do a little bit of weapons training, a little bit of, well, swords that have been included in some of the training I've taken. When you draw a sword, in movies, it's like, and there's all sorts of fun sound effects, like, and ringing, and yes, I make sound effects. Not very good ones, but I make them. I can't help myself. I love all those like crazy, ridiculous sound effects that are in movies that when you actually wield a sword, the sword makes none of those sounds. Like, none. Ooh, or when like 2 swords clash and sparks fly. That cracks me up. I love that effect. It's so much fun. It's completely ridiculous and over the top. Steve Wallace, Star Wars uses some cool old guns to make look futuristic by attaching fancy gizmos to turn them into fancy blasters. Oh, I noticed that about Firefly too. One of the things I enjoy about Firefly is their firearm like technology. Oh, Jim has informed me that LTNS means long time no see. LOL. Yeah, I know. I'm like behind the curve. I don't do a whole lot of like instant messaging or chat speak. Yeah. It's funny, my sister is younger than me, and she absolutely loves all of that, like, text lingo, and so sometimes I'll have to read her texts out loud, you know, and go by, like, phonetics to understand what she's trying to tell me, because whenever I write a text message, or an email, I use all grammar, and semicolons, and hyphens, and all sorts of stuff. I can't help it. I'm a little bit of a grammar Nazi. Ow! Sorry, Aries just flapped his ears on me. Mike Stefan, or Stefan. My sword shoots sparks. Lena Kasane. Swords. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon comes to mind. I love that movie. Have you ever seen House of Flying Daggers? It's beautiful. That's one of my favorites. I really, really like that movie. Aries has come over to say hello to me. And for some reason, he is sniffing me as though he hasn't, like, been on my lap all day long. Tim, New Zealand. Oh, Destiny, how could I forget to ask? Have you read any Andy McNabb books? If you have, what do you think of him? I have not. I've actually not even heard of him. Sorry. Donald Roughton. All my still photo gear is Canon. I have to film myself at the range. What do you recommend for camera and editing? You know, honestly, you can get by without having like the best, nicest, whatever gear. If you put some creative thought into it. For the longest time with my videos, I was using the Sony Handycam HD, which is the camera that I sent out for the Helping Hands project, because it films in HD. And then I used Adobe Premiere Elements, because that's the cheaper version. That was easier for me to afford. I still use Premiere Elements sometimes, but right now I've been learning how to use Final Cut, and I like that software a ton too. Jade, that sounded like clapping. Well, he's got these big floppy ears, and so when he like whips his head back and forth, and his ears flap, 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 flap. When we first brought him home, we thought that maybe we were gonna get his ears clipped. But I really liked his floppy ears. I thought they were really cute. So Dad decided not to get that surgery done to clip his ears. All right, let me see if he'll come up here. Come here, baby. All right. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh, you big whiny butt. Holy cow. This is my really large size baby. He's a medium-sized dog. He's just, like, heavy. Ugh, and he's hugging me really tight right now. Here we go. Let's get both of your legs on my lap. Here. Can you say hi to everybody? Hey, baby. Oh, hi. I'm giving sad puppy faces. I woke him up. Dmitry Volkov asks, does anybody use the GoPro Hero 3? Looking to pick one up. Oh goodness, you're like getting in my way. He's a huggy dog. I've used the GoPro Hero 3, but I found it's not... Well, it works best in, the ways that they advertise it for, like, filming action stuff, and a lot of what I do is static. Like, standing in one place at the range, or... Maybe I'll have a couple camera angles, but I'm all in, like, the same... I'm all in one... Or I'm only in one place. But... Steve Wallace. Anyone like using throwing knives? That is so much fun. I have a huge collection of them. My favorite is the cold steel. Perfect balance range. I've done a little bit of knife throwing, but gosh, it is a lot trickier than it looks. It can be fun if you have the place. Urgh. Jade says, holy crap, I thought he was smaller for some reason. Yeah, he's a big baby. And he's like pulling my hair out. Is that better? Is that better? He's like falling asleep over here. So when I joke that he's my baby, like he's definitely a Sally. He loves people, he loves dogs. He's a huge sweetheart. And he loves sitting on my lap, but there's not as much lap for him to sit on. Especially now that he's bigger. It's like not sufficient enough. Stephen Hildreth Jr. Okay, he looks calm. Before he looked like, WTF is this sorcery? Yeah. Usually when he's on my lap, I'm like sitting on the couch, so there's more space for him. Right now he's like, trying to find room, Mom! Alicia Baldi says, you two are cute together. Kevin Murillo, he has big ol' eyes. He's a big ol' noggin. Seriously, his skull is bigger than mine, and he's not more than just a couple feet tall. He's a sleepy, sleepy bear. Well, I call him a bear because, to me, since we brought him home, every time I look at him, I see a teddy bear. Like, the fact that he's super cuddly only just kind of reinforces that. John O'Reilly, your dog is cracking me up. He's as lovey-dovey as my Nicky. Yeah, that's a bully breed for you. Complete sweethearts. I think he's an excellent representative of his breed. And Jofa Beats, Aries is hiding from us. He's just gotten comfy is all. He's just chilling on my lap here. Being enormous. You should have seen his sire, though, from the breeder from where we got him. Huge! That dog was like 100 pounds in the same, like, body type. Just, he was all, like, muscular. Jake Leslie, the bigger the dog, the bigger lapdog they become? Yeah, kind of. At least, this guy's a lapdog. Huh, sweetie? Oh man, though, he would be the worst guard dog ever. Seriously, all he does is, like, lick people. He's still, at 2 years old, he gets so excited to meet new people or new puppies that he, like, quivers. Doesn't he have a massive skull? He cracks me up. Huh. And he does this thing where I call it a dog purr, where he, like, makes these little grunting sounds when he's really happy. Like, right now, where I'm scratching behind his ear. He makes little grunting sounds. Everybody's saying hello to you, Aries. He's a really quiet dog, too. He only barks, like, once in a while. Alex R. Is Aries still growing? Height-wise, he's not growing. The only thing he's done in the last few months is, like, filled out. Like, he's gotten more muscular and a little heavier. His chest has gotten a little broader, but for the most part, he's done growing. I mean, he is 2. Hi, Boo. Hi, Boo Bear. Yeah? You're famous, Bear. Everybody says hello to you. Jofa Beats, that is one huge head. Yeah, it is. It was so funny when we took him home. His head was like 2/3 of his body. If he turned too quickly while he was running, he would, like, wobble. Charger 8924. My German Shepherd Belgian Mastiff mix does the same thing. Oh, I'm sure he's got a massive noggin, too. Jofi Beats. Colleen, tell Dave to get a Doberman. I love Dobermans. They are gorgeous, and they're so smart. One thing about Aries is he is not, like, the most intelligent. Like, he learns, and if you're willing to be patient and teach him things. Like, I taught him how to run on the treadmill, and he does a couple of basic things, like, he'll come when he's called, and he'll sit, or he'll jump on command, but, Oh, it looks like Mirko is leaving. I missed that. Bye-bye. Colleen Barnett. Joe, he won't consider anything but a Dane. He likes German Shepherds, but loves Danes. Oh, I had a friend several years ago who had a Great Dane, and she was absolutely adorable. She was the sweetest thing, except she was huge. William Prophet. He has a nice head. Good for petting. He is. He's very good for petting. And I especially love how cuddly he is in the winter, because he's like a little furry heater. Because he likes to be, you know, on top of my lap, or just, if I'm ever, like, lying on the couch, like, on my side, he'll be, like, on top of my side. Which is kind of entertaining. Matthew James Stoddard. Plus, I haven't fired a gun in over a year since moving down to Wellington. Oh, over a year? Oh, sad face. Colleen Barnett. I think the bluish gray Danes are beautiful. Love that color. That was the exact color of the Dane that my friend had years back. She was lovely. Steve Wallace. You can own guns legally here, but they're very expensive and not permitted for self-defense. Oh, that reminds me. I have a show and tell for today. It is this. And it is empty. This is one of my favorite revolvers. I just have a thing for large bore Smith & Wessons, or large frame Smith & Wessons. I think their curves are lovely and they're fun to shoot. And you can tell I shoot this one fairly regularly. The Smith & Wesson 686P, because it has a 7-round cylinder instead of the 6-round cylinder. A lot of rounds through this guy. Oh, question for you guys. What do you prefer? Revolvers or magazine-fed semi-autos? Dmitry Volkov, that's one lovely Smith. Might need 2 Vaqueros for company. Yeah. I wish. One day, we'll get there. John O'Reilly. Steve, not permitted for self-defense. That gives one a migraine just thinking about it. Stephen Hilger Jr. Did Destiny fire 6 shots or only 5? Tell you the truth, she forgot herself with all this excitement. Feel lucky, punk? Do ya? Ah, Nathan Lamberson says, revolver! Dmitry Volkov says, semi-auto. Oh man, a bunch of responses just jumped in at once. Jesse Vanderhayden says, fabulous gun. Thank you. Spaceman Brown prefers magazine fed, for sure. Oh, come here, Aries. Now he wants to be a nuisance. Aries, come on. Come on. Go behave yourself. Good boy. There's a good boy. Aaron Manning says, I'm a semi-auto mag-fed kind of guy. Alright, there we go. Bradley says, to hunt, revolver. For carry/fun, mag-fed. Kevin Murillo, cowboy action! Shoot fast fun. I like mag-fed, but revolvers are growing on me. My dad got a Ruger Vaquero for his birthday. Ooh. Color me jealous. Friedrich Bonneman sold three revolvers and regret it totally. Alessio Baldi, mag-fed semi-auto, but a revolver is on my endless wish list. Yeah, I know that feel, bro. Colleen Barnett, ooh, Vaquero. I'd love to have one of those in my collection. Alright, let me read some more of these. Steve Wallace, coolest movie gun is the Judge Dredd gun. Double whammy. Double whammy! Grenade! Grenade! I like that movie a lot. If we were referring to the most recent one anyway, I thought it was really beautifully done. The slow-mo effects, super, super cool. Hit the button to turn it off, give it 30 seconds, and try it again. If the cable gets disconnected. Sorry. Hector Rodriguez, magazine fed as a primary, wheel as a secondary, whichever is preferred. Alex R says, Aries should have his own spin-off show. I've done a couple videos with him where he's been particularly silly. One of the things that he does that I think is adorable is he, like, sings to his toys. Well, I call it singing anyway. Where he like makes this kind of, it's not a whining sound, but I don't know. It's silly, and he does it whenever he's playing. It's like a happy noise for him. John O'Reilly says, the real answer to that question is what works for you. What are you comfortable with? The answer to those questions are what make the perps uncomfortable, and we like that. Oh, question for you guys also that made me think of something. What are your thoughts regarding purchasing firearms for self-defense versus like collecting? Do your guns have to have a specific like self-defense or carry or home defense purpose? Because I'm one of those like collector types where I don't necessarily have to have like a need in mind for a firearm to fulfill it. Sometimes I want to get a gun just because I like it, or I think has some sort of history that I enjoy. So I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that. Oh, Scott Messina says, peace out, y'all. Sleepy time. Night, Scott. Jade, the new Dredd movie gun is great, too. It looks nice as well. Yeah, I thought that was just a fun concept, too. I mean, I didn't read that particular comic, but I don't know. Just visually, I thought it was done really well. Jofa Beats, oh, we have to hear Aries sing. I did a video of that. I think it's Puppy Cries for His Toy or something like that. I don't recall exactly. Steve Wallace, are we doing a Blitz, Des? Yes, we are. Not at the moment, but shortly. I haven't forgotten, I promise. Matthew James Stoddard, Carl Urban, the guy who plays Dredd in the recent one, is a New Zealander. Oh, really? Awesome. I knew he wasn't American, but I didn't actually know from where he was. Matt Russo, won't let me post a link. Yeah. Devin Burge, I'm an equal opportunity gun buyer. No excuse needed. Bradley, I like the odd stuff for collection. Looking for a Bolt 3030 right now. LOL. Shoot fast fun. No, the purpose is to fill all that empty space in the vault. There you go. Timothy John Larson. I'm a gun collector also. Some guns are so cool, and having them and shooting them is the best. Stephen Hildreth Jr. I'm between the two. I want to collect guns, but they have to have a purpose. So I have multiple tools that overlap in that purpose. Dallas. You don't need to have a specific reason to buy a gun. If you enjoy it or like it, then buy it. Donald Roughton. I like guns that belong to friends or carried by family. I like that too. I have a couple of firearms that were passed down to me, and they have an additional sentimental value. Aaron Manning. I like functional guns. I want as many as I can get. Al Luck. If I could buy it, because I could. Unfortunately, the UK government says no. Yeah, that's another, add that to the list of places that I would not be able to live. I'd love to visit, because there are plenty of sites that I'd love to see, but as far as your firearms restrictions go, that would be a no-go for me. Mike Steffen. I don't buy guns for defense, really. See previous comment about living in New Jersey. But I buy guns that I think are cool. It's Todd Wygren. The E11 Blaster. The Stormtrooper rifle is my fave. Jade. I would be of the collector type as well. I'd just buy them because I like them. Steve Wallace. Well, I'm a collector of antiques, so I look for condition, but would look for performance for a home defense, if it was permitted. Friedrich Bonneman. Easy to shoot well and good looking. Then self-defense. Matthew James Stoddard. He was also in the Lord of the Rings movies. Yes, he was. He played Éomer, son of Éomer. Because reasons. Alan Vera. I wish I could collect, but the urge to use a new gun is so strong. Oh, well, I collect, as far as my interests go, I collect functional pieces. I have a really hard time with the idea of buying a gun and not being able to use it. I suppose if I had, like, all sorts of money and I could purchase historical, like, firearms that may not necessarily be functional anymore, you know, just because they're maybe hundreds of years old or what have you, or a couple hundred years old, rather, I would maybe do that, but for my funds, I like being able to shoot the guns that I own. There are some, though, that I don't shoot as often as others because I like keeping them in nice condition, but I still shoot them, you know. Like the other weekend where I went and I shot my Browning BPS. I love that shotgun. I think it's beautiful. I love the scroll work on it, and I want to keep it in pretty nice condition. And I know just plain wear and having it out more often makes a firearm a little bit more likely to get, you know, dinged or scratched or worn or what have you. So that's one that maybe comes out of the safe a little less frequently than like the Remington 870. That one is like, yeah, who cares? It's, you know, I just want it to shoot. But even with that prettier gun, I like to be able to fire it. Shoot fast fun. So about how many guns do you have, Des? Not enough. How's that? Dmitry Volkov. Barrett Emrad. Because you can. Oh gosh. Seriously? That is like maybe my number one, if not in the top 5. Do want. Like dream guns. If money wasn't a factor. And I'd want it in 338 Lapua. Man, wouldn't that be a gem? Donald Roughton. I have a 44 Special Smith & Wesson carried by a relative in the 1930s. Oh, that's beautiful. Color me jealous. That must be awesome. Okay, we did have somebody reference the Blitz. I know there are a couple of newbies here, so let me introduce the FoD Blitz for you guys. And I guess give a refresher to folks who've seen it, who've heard of this before. What I do for the Fate of Destiny Blitz is ask you guys to work together with me as a team to go visit a particular YouTuber's video, and on that video we leave some comments. It could be anything as simple as like FOD sent me, Fate of Destiny sent me, or FOD Blitz or what have you, or they could be creative, silly, I don't know, fun, whatever you feel like. And the goal with that is to just visit another YouTuber and show them a little love. The YouTubers I generally select for the FateofDestinee Blitz are either they're people who have supported my channel, or they're smaller channels than mine, or they're friends of mine. And this particular channel is actually, I think this channel is larger than mine for who I've chosen today. But she's a friend, and I appreciate the information that she has to deliver. And many of you may have heard of her already. Her channel is The Patriot Nurse. So I'd like to go to The Patriot Nurse's video, The #1 Prepping Food Mistake. That is her latest video. And leave some comments. So what I will do is I'll bring that YouTube video up, which actually I'm doing that right now. And I will read out all of your comments. I know because YouTube changed their commenting thing with the Google+, it makes it a little bit more of a hassle, but usually it ends up working out for us, and some of the comments end up being very, very silly. So I'm bringing up all the comments right now. Check out, here's the video one more time, The #1 Prepping Food Mistake by YouTuber The Patriot Nurse. Go, go, go! Let's blitz! Alright, let's go to newest comments. Okay, so far no updates. Come on, gun geeks! Let's go show some love. Alright, we're waiting for comments. Is anybody having problems getting to the video? Do any of you prep, by the way? Because that is part of what I find interesting about the Patriot Nurse's videos, is she has a lot of information on prepping. Alright, let's refresh one more time, and hopefully I'll have some comments. There we go. Yeah, we got a bunch of them now. Well, a couple of them. Commander 316, #1, Blitz! Yeah! Merc in Scorp, Blitz. One of the reasons why I have brought us to this Patriot Nurse video is because I kind of want to put some stuff aside in case of emergencies. More than I have right now. I mean, I have a couple of things prepped, if you will, but that's definitely an area that I'd like to improve. Okay, let's see if any new ones have shown up now. Ah, beautiful! Volkov556 says, FoD Blitz. Spaceman Brown says, T-Rex Army Soldier here, blitzing it up. Lutz Mowinski, preparing orbital blitz cannon. Target acquired. Target hit. Mission summary, you have been hit by an FoD Blitz. Eric K. Hi, Nurse. Prepare to be invaded by the FoD T-Rex Army. I'm vicious. Guns for good. Do not attempt to adjust your picture. There is nothing wrong with your channel. You've been FoD Blitzed. Come here, Aries. Alright. Emerald Knight. Welcome to Destiny's Kitchen. You have been blitzed. Oh man, my kitchen. That's silly. My kitchen is, sparse. I don't like so much of the cooking things. Alright, come on. Update. Go, go, go. I know new comments are coming in. Ah, here we go. Keeping Peace 2010. You are under attack. The FoD T-Rex Army has converged to blitz you. Love your channel. Have been following for a long time. Smile. Jeff Pierpont. Do not adjust your vertical. Do not adjust your horizontal. You are no longer in control. You have just entered the FateofDestinee zone. Blitz! Lena Casanet. Let no joyful voice be heard. Let no one look up at the sky with hope. And let this day be cursed by we who are ready to wake. FoD Blitz. Alessio B. Okay, I made it. I'm sorry if I'm late, but one of my comrades farted in the APC and we had to stop and exit and change air. Never mind. Well, as Henry Miller said, Every man has his own destiny. The only imperative is to follow it, to accept it, no matter where it leads him. Today, our destiny led us here, blitzing you, and you have to accept it. That was clever. I liked that. Shot of clay. How much is the doggy in the window? Blitzed, blitzed. Sent by FoD and DOD. Okay, let's see here. Oh, here's one I haven't read. Shoot fast fun. I must need medical help, but I have a blitz condition, and the only way to treat it is to pass it on. So you have been FoD blitzed. Come on, comments. Refresh. Hey, there we go. Del Reed, the FoD army has arrived. You have been blitzed. Now, do you have enough prepper food to feed us all? LOL. Take care and good luck with your channel for all of us FoD followers. Jacob Leslie, begin op blitz. Remain on target. Enjoyed the vid. William Prophet, FoD Blitz from Lady Destinee's T-Rex army. That makes me feel so fancy. Lady Destinee. I feel like I need like a fancy hat or something to be called Lady Destinee. Alright, let's refresh and see if there are any funny ones. Aries is FoD blitzing too. Ah, William Prophet. FoD Blitz? Oh, I just read that one. Darn it! I was all excited, like, new comment, yeah! Was everybody able to find the video, by the way? Mike Steffen. Damn, Google Plus screwing me up. William Prophet says, wow, got bumped out. Could not get back in until now. Marr. Okay, let me try one more time and refresh. We'll see what we got here. Because the Google Plus integration doesn't seem to update comments as efficiently as the previous system. But, you know, what you gonna do? Kevin Murillo. One time in Blitz Camp, I saw FoD shooting awesome guns. Lulz. I see what you did there. Alright. Let's see, any new ones? I think we might be all updated. Oh, Timothy Larson. We are the mighty T-Rex army. We have come, we have visited, we have blitzed. Vini vidi vici, right? Well, I don't even know what kind of sound that was, but Aries is enthusiastically something-ing over here. Agreeing, maybe? Aries, sit. Stay. Good boy. Alright. Fantastic. Thank you everybody for stopping by her video. I appreciate that, you know, when I ask you guys to help me show some love to another channel, that even though you may not be familiar with the user or the video, that you visit and show it a little love. And the YouTubers, definitely. The ones that we visit, they definitely appreciate it. Every one of them who we've blitzed has sent me like a little message or comment saying that they appreciate the support. Oh yeah, Carrie and Cowgirl. We blitzed her, what was that, last week or the week before? Recently, anyway. She actually did a whole response video expressing how excited she was about that. The blitz that we did for her, which was lovely. Stephen Hildreth Jr. stepped away from the computer to prep the crock pot. Somebody run down the blitz and what to do so I can jump in. Check out the Patriot Nurse's YouTube channel, and specifically the video that she just released, the #1 prepping food mistake, and just leave some silly comment or simple comment or whatever you feel like, but something to do with FateofDestinee Blitz. Basically, it's just going to another channel, showing some love, and maybe having some silly responses. I will just go check the feed real quick just to see if there are anything new updated while I was chit-chatting. Tampa Bay Blaster says, FoD Blitz, forces of death, all present and accounted for. Alright, let me see the newest first comments. Ah, here we go. Tony Silvera, sorry I'm late, but you've been blitzed. Matthew Stoddard, FoD sent me. I feel like something. But whatever, LOL. FoD Blitz. Now I can get a feed, LOL. Timothy John Larson, FoD Blitz complete. Drew Smoke Johnson. Hey, Des. Sorry I missed tonight. I'm at break on work. On break at work. There we go. Maybe a little dyslexic. Putting in overtime. Christmas is upon us. Aw, well, like I said before, don't get in trouble tuning in while you're at work. So that is really cool that it works. Alessio Baldi waves to Dad of Destiny. Whoa, whoa. Jade says, Joe, you'll like it. It's a different role for Statham. It's not all about punching and shooting people. He does those movies where he's not just being like a regular badass and running around putting dudes in their place. What name is that? Or what video or movie is that? I need to see that. Oh, it is Blitz, a 2011 British crime thriller. Well, cool. I will have to go look at that. Okay, I'm getting caught up on comments over here on the live stream feed now. And it looks like... Oh, Colleen Barnett. Joe had to close the YouTube window so this feed would roll. Aww. Alessio Baldi. I actually subbed to her a long time ago. It was actually one of the first. Well, that's cool. Aaron Manning. I have Patriot Nurse in my favorite channels. Alessio Baldi. It's Ares' battle cry. Yeah, as if he would ever battle. That's part of why we named him, Ares of Thrace. The god of war. Because he is the least warlike puppy of ever. And I say puppy even though he's a grown adult dog. Because he'll always be my puppy. Plus, you saw him sitting on my lap. He's a doll. Shot of Clay. DOD had been too quiet. I hope my daughter and I are as close as your dad is. Destiny. Yeah, I'm really lucky. I have a really wonderful relationship with my family members. We all support each other and are very involved in each other's lives. And it's something that has been a big part of making me the adult that I am today. Stephen Hildreth Jr., I'm sending you my FoD Blitz comment via Facebook, since Livestream will ruin the formatting. Let me see if I can... Let me update real quick and see if it shows up, and I can just read it here. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, there we go. Snake Doc, this is FOD. Adjust fire, over. FOD, this is Snake Doc. Adjust fire, out. Snake Doc, this is FOD. YouTube channel in need of love, over. FOD, this is Snake Doc. YouTube channel in need of love, out. FOD, this is Snake Doc. 10 rounds of FOD Blitz inbound, over. Snake Doc, FOD, 10 rounds of FOD Blitz, out. Shot, over. Shot, out. Splash, over. Splash, out. Fire for effect, FOD Blitz. I feel so tactical, having just read that. That was fabulous. Matthew James Stoddard. Instead of punching and shooting people, he beats them with an Irish hockey stick. Or pool cue, lol. Tim New Zealand. Blitz cop killer versus killer cop. That's the tagline for it. Oh, Charger8924 asks, how are the kitty cats? They are doing very well and very noisy, as per usual. Oh, Aussie Wombat says, good evening, FOD, DOD, and friends. Stephen Hilder Jr. That was basically how to call for artillery. Oh, sweet. I feel like I just learned something. Yeah, I don't pretend to be, like, tactical or, whatever. I just share my firearms experiences as I'm learning. From my research or for what other trainers have taught me, or just from my plain shooting at the range. And it's been plenty of fun. Donald Broughton, did you ever get my messages off Facebook? I'm a little bit behind on the Facebook messages because I get about 100 per day, so I haven't gotten to them yet, but I will. Actually, I'm hoping to, in the next, during this next week, get caught up. Let's see here, let me get it caught up. Stephen Hildreth Jr. I love the fire for effect. And LOL Joe. Oh, shoot, fast fun. Almost time to go. Had fun. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, it is.
Oh, wow.
Holy cow. I did not notice that at all. Well, thanks for keeping track of that. Shoot, fast fun. Holy cow. Jeez, I know I say that these things fly by, but this one really flew. Seriously. Donald Broughton wanted to know, was DOD ever stationed overseas? He says he's only been stationed in Conus, I'm sorry. And I didn't know what that meant initially. I will be completely frank with you on that. I had to ask him what that meant. Because that is how not pretending I'm in the military I am. Well, I will see you this week, every day on thearmsguide.com. If you want to drop me a note, feel free to stop by any of the articles and drop a comment. Also, I will be continuing to post snapshots like I did today on youtube.com/FateofDestinee. They are liking the snapshots. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit ago. And so far, I am loving the format. It is very easy for me to keep up with, so that's pretty encouraging for me to be able to keep with them. Just keep your fingers crossed that they continue going so well. And we'll see you Thursday for our full feature video. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten those. And thank you.
It's a really good one.
It is a really good one. I'm stoked about this particular video. So I will be waiting anxiously for Thursday to see what you guys think of it. Thanks for joining the chat. It has been an absolute blast. Oh, Donald Broughton says, Des, scroll back to get good news. Cancer-free for 12 years. Yay! That's awesome! And Steve Wallace says, bye, Des, Doggy, and Pops. Bye, everyone. We'll see you same bat time, same bat channel.